We are taking a look at Memory of Chaos for version 4.3. This one's called Academy Ghost Story. This is our first time having Starward mode in Memory of Chaos, so all of our endgame modes have it now, which is pretty cool. So we're going to take a look at the buff, talk about the bosses, talk some teams, and do a little demo. So let's talk about it. For the stage buff up here at the left, we have increases ultimate and follow-up attack damage dealt by ally targets by 50%. So that's a nice chunky buff. After an ally character uses an ultimate or follow-up attack, add 1 hit to your memory turbulence, stacking up to 15 times. So that's the extra damage, true damage that you get when the round ends. So we are still in the Mortnax Blade era, technically, I think. So, he's going to buff your ultimates for Acheron, buff your follow-up attacks for Art Trail. So, and does both of those things himself. So, that's kind of where this is focused, I'm sure. But, obviously there are other characters that use ultimate and follow-up attack. Those are going to be your best options, though. And of course, everybody uses ultimates at some point. So, you'll have other ways to build stacks. As always, I kind of say the buff in Memory of Chaos isn't usually that important, but this one's a pretty nice chunky damage buff, nice 50% buff on those. So if you have your Mortnax Blade teams, they're definitely going to be worth it, and we'll talk about where when we get to the bosses. So let's talk about the bosses. Node 1 is our good old buddy Flame Reaver. He's been showing up a lot these days. So if for some reason you're not familiar with Flame Reaver, basically he summons a bunch of phantom ghost versions of himself, and you want to kill them because that will take away some of his damage reduction so that he takes more damage, and it will also reduce his power so that when he nukes you, he doesn't kill you. So some good AoE is kind of nice to have here. There are quite a few teams I think that would work. So you might be able to use Castress is usually a very good option, the Remembrance team, or if you just have solo Evernight, one of those two combos are usually my favorite. The Hurt is pretty good, although she's kind of getting a little weaker these days. It helps if you have Jade instead of an Axa, I think, a little bit. So I'd recommend that if you're one of the few people like me that actually has Jade and uses her. Now might not be the time. And of course, you can use Finon. It's pretty good here. It's a pretty good boss to brute force. He doesn't have any particular resistances or anything. So, but typically, Casters or Evernight, the Remembrance team, is going to be your best bet. For Node 2, we have the first appearance of Graphia as a boss. Obviously, we fought her in the story, but now she is in the endgame modes. So with Graphia, her big mechanic thing is really annoying because it's kind of random and it can really mess up your run. But she will just straight up stun somebody with a debuff. And when their turn comes around, you have two options, as you'll see in the demo. One, you can just skip your turn, you'll recover from the stun, and you'll get a skill point. Or you can burn skill points and HP for a chance to break out of the stun and not lose your turn at a 33% success rate. So it's really annoying. It's a little too random for my tastes. I don't like I don't like random mechanics in these kinds of games, but it is interesting that you kind of have those two different options. It's not a debuff that you can just dispel. You have to use those mechanics. Now, that doesn't necessarily favor anybody one way or the other. I will say that I typically try to break out if it's my DPS that gets caught, but for supports, some supports don't really benefit a lot from taking their turn anyway. I mean, they'll gain a little bit of energy and a skill point, but if you just break out, you'll get the skill point anyway. So it might be better to cut your losses in that case if a support pops up. Now, the one thing that is important with this boss is she does have a lot of resistance, because it's kind of similar to Aglaea. So physical, ice, wind, and imaginary resistance, which is a lot for 4 different types. Basically, you're gonna really want to pick one of the elements that she is weak against, so fire, lightning, and quantum. Thankfully there are quite a few teams that'll do it. Castress is very good in this Memory of Chaos. She's good at on this boss as well. Obviously, I mentioned already the Mortnax Blades teams. This is going to be the best place to use them. So either with Ashvale, with Acheron, or Blade Solo, any of those 3 teams will be pretty good for this one. And of course, the other notable Fire and Lightning teams are going to be Firefly and the Dot team. The Lightning because it's Kafka, but you know what I mean. They can do pretty good here. Okay, and then finally we have the Sparksy boss. So with the Sparksy boss, she picks one of your characters to go fight by themselves, and they have to kill 3 enemies to get back on the field. So you're going to want to have somebody that's going to be good fighting by themselves and that can take out 3 enemies quickly, some kind of hyper carry team. Typically the Elation teams are really good on this, especially if you have Sparkle with you, because Sparkle's big Elation skill nuke and Yao Guang's Elation skill as well can damage both sides of the field, which can help your person who's on the other side take out the enemies faster and get back on the main field. So, you know, typically that's going to favor having Sparksy on your team or running one of the Elation teams. But, you know, anybody that is capable of doing damage to 3 enemies at once, a lot of the blast destruction characters, you know, you can play Firefly here as well. Finon can fit in here pretty good. I love playing Finon in this one because he just fights by himself anyway. So, you know, you can try some of those teams as well. Okay, so that is pretty much it. Memory of Chaos feels so simple now compared to all of our other endgame modes. There's no like extra buffs or anything. Pretty straightforward. So let's just talk about the teams I'm going to use for this demo. So in the first node against Flame Reaver, I'm going to pull out my Aglaea. Now I do have E1 Aglaea, but I'm running her with E0 Tribi with Dance Dance Dance. I have E0 S1 Cyrene and E0 S1 Dan Heng PT. For the second node, like I said, you want to probably run one of your Mortanax Blade teams if you have one. So I'm going to be running Ashvale. Since I'm using Tribi on the Aglaea team, I'm going to use Robin. It's not as good, but I really want Tribi on the Aglaea team, so it works. She does buff follow-up attacks, which is nice. And of course, I've got E0 S1 Blade, and I have E1 S1 Hyacine. And it's E0 S1 Ashvale and E1 S1 Robin for this team. And then finally, I'm doing some Sparksy on Sparksy violence. I'm going to run main solo DPS Sparksy. So I have her at E0 S1. I've got E1 S1 Yao Guang, E0 S1 Sparkle, and E0 S1... it's E0 S0 Sparkle. I'm going to be using Sunday's Light Cone with her. Okay, let's do a little demo. Okay, we've got the Flame Reaver boss in Node 1. I've got the Aglaea team. Let's check it out.
No need to hesitate. Your judgment brought you this time.
So I am running Cyrene and Tribi with Aglaea and Dan Heng. There's a lot of different teams you could run with Aglaea. I kind of like this one the best. If I can't go Sustainless, which Sustainless is a little tough in this fight. These guys in the first node hit like a truck. And the Flame Reaver hits pretty hard too. So if you're not familiar with what Cyrene does for Aglaea, she gives a huge chunk of energy, which is very important to Aglaea, because Aglaea action advances every time she gets her ultimate, and it puts her in an advanced or enhanced basic state. So you want 100% uptime with Aglaea's ultimate, and between me having E1 and having Cyrene, that is very easy to do. Alright, so, you know, a little slow ramping up for Cyrene, of course, as usual. but we've got it now.
Stars, shine for the heroes. Memories waiting to be woken up by a shooting star.
So you do have to kind of watch when you use Cyrene's ultimate, because
Never be absent.
you want to make sure you're getting the full benefit of the energy gain.
Become one.
Dragons, obey this. Soaring above the lands. This
Oh, you know what? I need to use my ult on Triby as well. Might as well get that buff for her.
Meet passage. Never have farewells.
Okay.
Bring destruction with me.
Being direct is always.
Alright, so you're going to see Aglaea is going to get a big chunk of energy. Yep, we got almost half on one
I get the west wind.
hit.
we have the edge.
Okay. See, it's Cyrene's turn. She's going to get her ult, but we don't want to use it right now because it would be a waste. Aglaea is going to get her ultimate, and we're going to want to hold her ultimate because Aglaea's turn is coming up. So now we're going to get a turn here. Now we're wasting a little bit of energy to do this, but it's worth it to get the turn. So we're going to get a turn here. Now we'll use our ultimate, advance our action, and now we'll use Cyrene's ultimate because Aglaea's energy's empty. So we're not wasting any energy from Cyrene. We wasted a little bit from 2 hits with Aglaea, but it was more important that we got 3 turns out of that sequence instead of 1 or 2. Okay, and then Triby, who has Dance, 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 we're going to wait until all of Aglaea's turn is over as well, so we get the maximum action advance. Okay, I'm gonna skill with Don Hung because our shields are a little low. Oh, I guess they're not really that low, just Triby and Cyrene have high HP.
Soaring above the lands. This is permanent.
Okay, I'm a little on the fence about skilling with Cyrene. I don't think I need it. So close. Alright, I'll get it. I'll get her ult back on the Garment Maker hit here. Yeah, okay. Okay, and then we're gonna advance, and then we're gonna use Cyrene.
Countless threads. Thus our fates become one.
Don't blink. Romance. Never be
Okay, and I'm holding Triby's ultimate because I'm gonna use it after Aglaea's turn so that I get the most action advance out of it.
Is it coming? I get the west wind. Let me go.
Okay, didn't really do too much for me on that one, but okay, I think this one's close enough. I feel comfortable using it.
Romance. Never be absent. Cleanse hatred with love.
So fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Yep, there it is.
Countless threads. Thus our fates become one. All light to be revealed.
Look, we're flying. This is eternity.
Of course, it is nice with Cyrene that you can stack her ultimate twice, so
Like a wisp of
you
silk.
can hold it without losing energy like you would with some other characters.
Prepare to take the answer.
Okay, like right now I think I'm gonna hold it.
All light to be revealed.
Yep.
Countless threads. Thus our fates become
Now that was
one.
close because you can see the little golden circle thing on the timeline is when Aglaea gets knocked out of her
So fragile,
her
like a
ultimate
wisp of
form.
I get the west wind. Let me go.
Okay, I probably could have waited
Strength isn't what it
a little bit on that one.
Dragons soaring above the lands. This is permanent.
You don't want to wait too long on holding Triby's ult because you do also want to start gaining energy again.
This is eternity.
That's always the trade-off. Okay, that's some nice energy gain right there. Now Garment Maker will get the advance. I don't think I can kill him before the turn changes, so I'm not going to worry too much about that. Let's let Tribby get their turn. And then that way I will just get an extra Aglaea turn here.
Don't blink. Romance.
We got the Cyrene ult on deck. Tribby ult on deck.
It's coming. I need the West Wind.
Alright, I might be able to finish before this turn.
Let's start the second. It's the answer.
I feel like this is maybe not the best run I've had with this team.
A little honesty, so fragile, like a wisp of silk.
Okay, yeah, we'll get it.
Countless threads. Thus our fates become one. All lies shall be revealed.
Okay, so that is 3 cycles, pretty solid. Although, again, I do have E1 Aglaea here, so that does help quite a bit. But, you know, nevertheless, we still had 2 cycles to play with, so, you know, you might still be able to pull that off even at E0. Yeah, well, it's a big jump with the energy, but it might be, you might still be able to pull it off. Okay, let's go on to the next demo. Okay, so for the first time, we have Graphia in Memory of Chaos. I've got the Ashvale team. Unfortunately, no Tribby, but we're going to throw Robin in there with her follow-up attack buffs and extra turns. Let's check it out.
That one is hard to persuade. Let's observe first.
So we're going to do Blade last, because he's the one that actually, like, attacks the enemy here. Now, it is sad losing out on Tribby, because Tribby is just perfect for this team. With all the extra follow-up attacks, triggering Ashvale, and Blade, and getting energy for Ashvale. But there is something to be said about Robin just straight out giving you extra turns. I think people underrate Robin sometimes because she doesn't always get the same high damage numbers, but you cannot underestimate the value of an entire extra turn. Okay, I'm gonna use... Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wait till Robin's buff is up to get Ashvale's ult up. So I do lose a little tiny bit of... Oh, I see, I messed it up. I'm talking and not paying attention. I was gonna say, you do lose a little bit of extra energy there, but that's fine. Alright. We have renewed our definition.
God says you're shady. I will bear it.
Okay, now we're going to play the game of, do you use Blade's ult or not? I'm going to say no. Because I'm going to lose this follow-up attack for energy gain. I don't want to risk it. Okay, well, maybe I should have to get that guy before the turn changed. But... oh well. Thank you, Silverwolf. Yeah, I probably could have used the ult. That is the dance you play with Blade, though. Okay, Robin's like way off from her energy, unfortunately. Alright, gonna wait on Hyacine's ult until her turn comes up so we don't lose a tick.
My job is to be nosy.
Okay. Yeah, I might as well use Ashvale's ult. So the kind of interesting stuff with Graphia doesn't really happen until the second phase of the fight. Alright. Must get 100% uptime on Blade's ult. You can kill the side enemies to... I think it recovers skill points. I haven't fully become an expert on this fight yet, but... I find it doesn't really make that big of a difference.
Brody's feeling much better. I hope for an end to strife in the world.
Okay, I can get that without skilling, yeah. Okay, so this is the new mechanic. So you have two choices. You can either skip your turn and get a skill point back and guaranteed get it breakout, or I can burn skill points and see if we switch over here. I can burn skill points, HP, and have a 33% chance to break out. You can do this as much as you want so long as you have skill points. And we actually got that one, so that worked out. So for DPS characters, I tend to just try it if I can. But for supports, like Hyacine would be questionable whether I would try to break her out. Robin won't matter because she can't get caught in it. Okay, this time I'm not using Blade's thing.
I offer my blood. Beasts slaughter each other.
Absolutely cannot let you touch this place.
Okay. Some decent damage there. Okay, now two of us are going to get hit with that effect. And of course it's my two people who are doing damage. Now it's going to be really bad for Blade to be stuck here because when his turn comes up, his buff is going to run out. So we really need to break him out. Oh yeah, his buff already ran out. Okay, so we really need to break him out. Nope. There we go. Okay, now we can get his buff back. Now that means I only have one chance to break out Ashvale. Let's try it. Nope. Alright. Ashvale losing his turn isn't like the end of the world, because a lot of his damage is going to come off the follow-ups and his ultimate, of course. But it is losing some energy gain, which is bad. Ah, yes, sub DPS Blade dropping that casual nuke. Oh, here we go again. Alright, let's try to break him out. Come on. There we go. Oh. Okay, 4 cycles is not great. I have done it in 3, but I think I messed up a couple times because I was trying to talk. But yeah, for an E0 team, it's not too bad. And like I said, I definitely could have done that better. Okay, so let's go on to the next demo. For the last fight, we've got the Sparksy boss with Sparksy the character. Let's check it out. Okay, so I feel like Sparksy got a little bit forgotten when we had the big 4.2 patch and Silver Wolf and Evanescia. The other Elation DPSs came out back to back. And Sparksy is still pretty good as a solo DPS. Like, she never went anywhere, right? She reminds me a lot of Evernight, who I also play solo a lot, even though technically her best team is on the caster's team. Okay.
Feeling spiffy.
Now, it is safe to use Sparkle's ult even when you have, like, full skill points now. Although, we will still only have the 9 skill points available.
Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all.
I think. That's how that works, right? It's hard to tell because Sparksy also randomly gets free skill points.
Stay put.
Alright, I'm gonna keep my skill points up here.
Best of luck. An explosive start. Trouble ahead. What? It's my.
Alright. So we got a lot more skill points again. Oh, I guess I could have used Sparkle's ult too, but that's fine. Okay, do I need to... I need to refresh Huohuo's auto-healing here, some of his skill.
Don't thank me.
Alright, did we finally finish him off? Oh, not quite.
Stars favor us.
Alright.
People always say, observe the heavens with my divination.
Maybe Yao Guang can finish it.
Best of luck. An explosive start.
Now, I do have E1 Yao Guang. You may have noticed when I use her ultimate, I actually get 40 punchline, which is pretty nice. That's the main feature for E1. I would not recommend pulling it. I just happened to pull a double on Yao Guang, which is nice.
Divination says this will hurt.
One of 3 doubles that I can remember I've gotten. I got a double on Sunday, and I got like a triple on Topaz or something like that, which is crazy because Topaz is now, I think, in the running for one of the worst limited characters in the game.
Find the answer.
She might be the worst of the limited characters, unfortunately. It's not even about her being bad. It's she had like 2 other characters get added that took her very specific job anyway. I don't know what they were thinking with that one, to be honest. Topaz Nova Flare win.
That only. Don't thank me.
Yeah, we're just gonna get these back-to-back aha instants.
Explosive start.
Oh, we almost got triple aha instance there. Now, I will say playing solo Sparksy does kind of take away some of the benefit of playing Sparksy in the first place, which is that she can do damage from the other side of the field. So if you're playing Silver Wolf or Yao Guang, or sorry, Evanescia, that can be a nice little bonus to help you take out those off-field enemies, or sub-field enemies.
Troublemaker? I'd like to be one. Fateful clouds scatter.
Feeling spiffy.
Oh, I'm gonna get a nice shot in before I get banished to the Shadow Realm here. I guess we got a couple nice shots from the aha instance. Okay. Maybe I should have saved that big hit for when I got sucked up down here.
Fiends or devils, I'll crush them all.
I haven't talked about it because I feel like it's come up a lot lately. But this part of the fight, for your main field team, you will buff your off-field character depending on which monitor you hit. Now, if you have an attack like Yao Guang that hits both, that's great because you'll get both. But if you have to decide, I typically focus on the one on the left because that's the one that gives you a damage boost. The one on the right will reduce your damage taken, so it's like the defensive option. But hitting both is good.
That omen. Don't thank me.
Let's play for a while.
Okay. The second phase of this fight is a little tougher because the little mini boss Sparksy is a little harder to kill.
Troublemaker? I'd like to be one too. People always observe the heavens.
I think this will do it.
Best of luck. An explosive start.
Dare hurt my pants?
Another back-to-back aha.
Thank me. Thank you for your help.
Feeling spiffy? Will you find the answer?
Okay, so how quickly can I nuke this boss before the next turn comes up? And I have no idea how many cycles I'm at right now because I don't remember what my total count was. We might be able to do it with the aha instant. Yeah, I think we can do it. Sparksy's nuke will get it. Okay, there we go. Alright, so 3 cycles, pretty good. Now, if I had played correctly in Node 2, I could have got 3 cycles there, and we could have done the whole thing in 9, which is a nice solid clear. Nice kind of average clear. Not my most impressive clear, but that's not what I'm here for. It's just kind of a demo. I want to try to do something that's somewhat reasonable for the real world and not pulling out my E6 characters. So, hopefully you found that information helpful. That's going to do it for the demo. So hopefully you found that helpful, or at least maybe a little entertaining. If you like this, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.